3D Simple Christmas Tree Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to be showing you a very simple classic Christmas tree type nail art design that has a gorgeous green background with a gold star and caviar beads for ornaments and some glitter. You can never go wrong with glitter, especially for the holiday season. So I hope you guys like this very simple, very kind of an elegant tree design that would be perfect within a Christmas set. And don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So to start with, I'm going to begin with an overlay of red acrylic over the entire nail. So there's that first little layer, and this is a pretty long nail, so I did do it in two beads. Sometimes when I do an overlay, I just do it in one. I don't know. I really like to place my color acrylic beads, the first one right in the apex area, just to make that a little bit thicker than the rest. But that's completely optional. So depending on what I'm doing, sometimes I do it that way and sometimes I don't. Anyways, then I'm going to be encasing the nail with a layer of clear acrylic to make sure it is nice and strong and is going to hold its shape and have a nice apex and all of that lovely, lovely stuff. Then I'm going to be filing the nail into shape with my e-file, and I start out with the coarse bit to get rid of any bulk, then a finer bit to make it nice and easy to work with. After I have all of that done, I'm going to start sculpting out my tree. So taking a nice Christmassy green, I'm going to add the bottom row of branches. So I did this in several layered kind of abstract triangle shapes. So there's the first one. Then after I have that one done, I'm going to place a bead. So you place the bead basically at the point of the last one, so that when you start stretching it out and stretching it down, it overlaps it, but not to the point where it completely covers it up. So the same thing, you place the next bead right at the point of the last one, start stretching it down, and it'll add these nice little layers. And the other thing to keep in mind when you're doing this is each bead of green needs to be reduced slightly in amount. So as you go up, you're using less acrylic each time. And you can do this either by monitoring how long your brush is in the powder or how far you dip it into the monomer. And just keep that in mind and just sort of, keep an eye on it so that you don't end up with a tree that has the same size triangles going all the way up. Then I'm going to be making a little star with gold acrylic on the top of it. I started out by making a triangle, then I pushed my brush into the bottom of the triangle and sort of split that side into the two legs of your star, if you want to think of it that way. Then I added the arms. And then I'm going to add some presents underneath the tree. And I used, now if I'm remembering this correctly, I used blue, purple, and silver for my presents. So there's the blue one. There's a purple one. I didn't want to do just the classic Christmas colors all the way through. I didn't want to restrict this nail to red, green, and gold and silver and just those. I wanted to add some other colors in it, which I did with the ornaments that are on the tree and with the presents. I wanted it obviously to kind of keep the red and green going, but spice it up a little. So I'm going to take, and I have a lighter shade of green paint, so this is more like a chartreuse color. I'm going to be adding little highlights all over my tree with teeny tiny little brush strokes. This is almost like when you're painting fur, if you guys do any other kinds of bigger paintings or anything. It's very fur texture, like so just a whole bunch of little lines. It's almost more like dabbing the paint, so just brush, 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 brush. And actually in this kind of a circumstance, I think the faster you try to paint, the better it turns out, because it keeps you from thinking too hard about it. And for whatever reason, with that kind of a thing, the more you think about it, the more trouble it gives you. So I'm going to take some black paint and do some outlines. I started out by outlining my star. Then I'm going to go through and add outlines around my tree. Around the outside lines of your tree, you can just make those a straight line. But then along those bottoms, so between each of your little triangle tree segments, just do little brush strokes going up, very similar to your tree texture or your fur texture on the tree, just to kind of make it so it doesn't look so sharp, give it a little bit more of that texture. And then I also outline my presents, and then you get to decorate your presents. So you can add ribbons on them. On the silver one, I added a red ribbon. On my blue present, I added a lavender, very, very light purple ribbon. And then on my purple present, I added a pink ribbon. And so that's the same thing. You can spice it up and obviously do whatever colors you want, or you can stick in that red and green type of color only, keep it a little bit more simple if you want to do it that way. Then I'm taking some silver gel polish and I'm going to be adding little tinsel stripes going across my tree. So just really brush those little stripes going like that. And then I'm going to take, and I have dipped my brush into some hard gel, and I'm going to then dip my jelly brush into different colors of caviar beads and sort of just place them around as my ornaments. When you do it this way, cure after you have finished each color. So I have done blue, pink, and now I was working on gold ones. And so after you cure them, they are going to be pretty much locked in place, but they're not going to get messed up when you start adding the next color. Then after I have the gold, I'm going to do some red ones. And if you guys, you know, you can use whatever colors you like. Otherwise, glitter is a really good option to add the decorations on your tree. There's a lot of choices there. Apply some gel sealer over the background and some matte gel top coat over your tree itself, and you are all set. When you do it this way, adding the ornaments with caviar beads or glitter or something, it is so quick and so easy. I hope you guys like this as much as I do, and please share your creations with me on Facebook or Instagram. I'd love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!